Hey, this is Spark Madness. We're back with a Good, Bad, and Ugly episode. I'm Matt.
And I'm Ben.
And I'm Aaron, but my screen will not come up.
Yeah, Aaron's down here. This week we're doing a Good, Bad, and Ugly episode. Last time we did The Velocipaster.
Great movie. Stellar film.
This week we're doing an Aaron suggestion from a long time ago.
A long time ago.
ThanksKilling, which I didn't realize was around as long as it has been.
Oh, yes.
How old is it?
It's from 2008.
Wow.
Yes,
Whoa.
wow.
Velocipaster's relatively new, isn't it?
Yeah, it came out like what? Last year?
Yeah.
Just a couple years ago. But
well, if that's the case, I'm going to give it more praise.
Just for being older?
Yeah.
Old, good. New, bad.
Ben, do you know what the budget was for ThanksKilling?
I do.
Is there a budget?
Yeah.
I pretty much know.
Well, nothing is still something.
It had a budget of $3,500. ThanksKilling.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Well, I'm going to say, because especially back then, because DSLRs weren't as frequent.
Why, in those days, if you had $1 in your pocket, you could live for a week.
What do they pay on it? Like, what do they use that for?
I don't think they say.
Practical effects, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, they had to build a puppet. They had to.
That's a lot of money for me.
They had to buy a few blood packs.
They so ThanksKilling 3, which is the sequel to this movie,
which I have right here, actually.
Enough to comment that it had a $112,000 budget because of the Kickstarter,
and it was awful. Never watch it. It's the worst.
Now I'm wondering if Aaron, did you contribute to the Kickstarter?
I did not. I saw it on the movie shelf at the store, and I was like, ThanksKilling was entertaining enough. I'll try this out.
They made a 3, but not a 2.
That's the story of the 3, is that they're looking for the last copy of ThanksKilling 2. Very funny, guys. I loved it.
Same people.
Unlike the first movie, ThanksKilling, which is just a barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
You know what? I laughed a couple of times.
I did too. I did
more than
too.
once.
And it was genuine. It was like
it was like
it got me.
Before we dig into it, before we go through the good, bad, and ugly. Let's give it like a high level overview of what this movie's about. I mean, this movie's available on Tubi for free.
Yeah, so. Tubi, if you're listening, we would love to be friends with you.
Tubi.
Wear your merchandise, sing your praises. Matt, put a huge Tubi graphic on the screen, please.
Tubi.
And then on top of that, put a turkey with aviator sunglasses holding fat stacks of cash.
Where's your sound
God,
effects?
It feels good to be on the end of that.
You want to just rip off a couple sound effects for me?
Yeah. So
give me somebody loudly eating Thanksgiving dinner. All right, now give me like two relatives getting into a political debate at dinner.
What do you mean that
Orange man is bad?
Stimulus package. Stimulus.
We gotta open up the economy.
You want people to die?
Come on, and pass the gravy. Good to see you too.
All right, so this is funnier to me than ThanksKilling was.
Yep.
ThanksKilling. So it very awkwardly starts off with topless pilgrim.
Yeah, I believe on the DVD cover it says boobs in the first second.
Yeah. I mean it's
and it zooms in. It's like a close up. And
it starts out. It starts extreme close up mode.
It's supposedly at the first Thanksgiving. I want to say, and I'm pretty sure I saw this, that actress's name is Wanda Lust.
I wonder where they got that from.
But we start off, and there's this demonic, evil turkey that then gets kind of brought back to life in the present day.
It was summoned by the
ancient Native Americans
in a necromancing ceremony.
Yeah, they were getting their revenge
on the white man.
And then it pretty much plays out like the same horror trope. Like there's the jock, there's the good girl, there's every single.
There's Chris Farley's son.
Yeah, this is stunt double. I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that. He's like almost a perfect copy.
He is, but not as funny.
No, no.
And then it just proceeds like a kill someone off.
Yes,
one
kill,
at a
kill,
time.
kill.
And that's it.
Yeah,
It's 70 minutes long.
Yeah, it's the longest hour and 4 minutes I've ever sat through, but it has a few good laughs, man. Like,
it does.
It's one of those movies where a lot of people seem to enjoy it for its, I don't know if I want to call it meta humor, but an understanding of the tropes and wanting to sort of feed into them just for fun.
So I want to play by the kind of order of stuff. So let's start with the good of the movie.
Ooh, short segment.
The good of the movie. To me, I think it is the turkey stuff. Like it had that quality like Jack Frost. I've referenced this a bunch of times now, but where it's just so stupid. The pun, they just work in these just truly awful puns. And I think the funniest moment for me though was the oh shoot,
I hope it's mine.
Somebody else talk. I'm gonna find my
funniest. I'll tell you my funniest moments is when he was pretending to be the dad,
and they had that little conversation at the table.
Yeah. And then, nothing here, nothing to see here. Like, the ad libs.
It was surprisingly normal.
It's like classic Popeye. You know, like let's go riff. You know, nothing over here.
It doesn't matter if they're animating my mouth at all.
The wide shot.
Olive, do a close up. No, you got yours, Matt. Come on, you didn't come prepared.
I actually don't think so. Maybe the best joke to me was, and this is such a low bar, or it's such a it's not very impressive given the rest of the movie. Is when Johnny, who's our football star, who was demoted to second string, and that's his arc for the whole movie, is him like making football references to everything that's going on.
Yes.
But he goes and talks to his dad, who he has a bad relationship. His dad is disappointed in him. And so he goes out to his dad, who's smoking on the porch, and is like, how are you, Dad? Or the dad goes, how are you? And he goes, good, yourself? And the dad just looks at him straight. Just there's a fart sound.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the funniest part for me.
Well, do you remember the Jean-Benet Ramsey's like legs
3
joke?
times.
Yeah.
I was gonna put that.
They do the same joke twice, and then on the third one they give you the payoff. Where
your legs are harder to close than the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Yeah, they do it twice.
What was the third one?
The third one is where the nerd, after someone's dead, he was like, well, at least her legs were harder to close than JonBenet Ramsey's legs. That made me laugh because it was, just smart enough to be funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but the second time they do it, it's like they react like the first time they did it.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I wonder if that was an editing thing.
Yes, maybe.
I didn't really find too much else funny. I mean, they did the stuff where it was like, there's this stuffed animal rabbit that at one point just gets flung into, and they all just react to it very nonchalantly. But then the nerd goes over and is like, this rabbit's guts were ripped out by a beak. Turkey beak.
I read about it in the library.
It's funny.
They make up all these excuses of like, the only way we're going to figure this out is if we find a book. Hey, my dad's got a lot of books. He's got one about turkey.
Yeah, they had to have written it knowing that would be a stupid line.
And then there's no way he's alive unless it landed in toxic waste. And that's impossible.
Yeah.
What the odds are that?
That's a very knowing line. I like that.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing that keeps this sort of monstrosity afloat.
The trash can middle of nowhere. It's toxic. I did like the Snoopy, like the Snoopy effect. There's an old Snoopy cartoon. I don't know which one, Charlie Brown cartoon, when they go into Snoopy's doghouse and it's like an awesome house.
Oh yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
So I like when they went to the tent at the end. It's a little cheap tent this small, but they go in and it's bigger.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
I actually just found, and maybe this is the point of transition, but I actually thought, as ridiculous as it was, because it was the most ridiculous part in the movie, I thought the hitchhiker, when he picked up the turkey, that was the hitchhiker.
Yeah,
I thought that was actually pretty funny.
That was funny. That was funny. He's like he stripped
ass.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny.
I was shaking my head during that scene. I can tell you that much.
I liked that the turkey was just like, he wasn't like this.
Oh, that's not for you.
the turkey was just a dude, like, just a dude. I mean, like, I thought that was funny.
The turkey is supposedly from the 1600s, but
yeah,
he certainly talks modern.
Yeah.
He's only been like resurrected for a day, so he hasn't had that much time to learn modern vernacular. So I find it unbelievable.
I wish he spoke in like old timey kind of jargon.
No, I thought he was the best part.
Yeah, he's okay.
So what was the bad? And save something for the ugly, obviously. But
the bad was the pacing. It was so poorly paced that it was even slower than Velocipaster.
I actually liked it. I'm just gonna cut it. I mean,
don't get me wrong.
I thought it was fine.
I like it better than Velocipaster, but this one goes slower.
Me too. I like it better than Velocipaster by a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I'm at the end.
So I actually agree with Aaron, and I actually think the pacing it kind of actually overlaps with some of the stuff I said about Velocipaster, in that it felt like they had the core idea and the core moments down that would be kind of funny. Like, we're going to focus on the turkey and these fun practical effects. It's all the filler. All of the filler is just... Yeah,
this should have been a 20-minute short.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there were the scene at the very end of the movie after they burn up the turkey and turkey, capital Turkie.
Yeah, it says so right here on the box.
He before he comes back, there's like it feels like a 30-minute scene, but it's probably like 60 seconds where even the logic of their conversation doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of ripping.
They were really stretching at that point.
Yeah.
I don't understand why make it longer when it doesn't need to be.
Well, maybe you can get it like.
Was there like a submission guideline of length?
Like send film festivals if you wanted
I read that they were aiming for it to be like maybe part of early on, because this is 2008, part of Netflix's.
Yeah, that's how I saw it, was when it was first on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
well, there you go. I got on Netflix.
I mean, that was before Netflix had exploded in the way that it has now, so it was a little easier to get on, I think.
Right.
It was on Tubi.
Congratulations.
Hey, we're not on anything.
We're on Spotify.
Shh. Anybody can put anything on Spotify.
Shut up. God.
I also thought one of the bads, just within a movie that's bad. I mean, it's not supposed to be like excellent, but I thought the diversion with Chris Farley's son and the nerd being best friends and the like frolicking sequences and stuff, I thought that was stupid.
Mostly yes, but after the nerd guy gets his tongue torn out and he's dying, and he's having that vision of Chris Farley's stunt double like welcoming him into heaven, I was like, oh, that's funny and sweet. So that goes back into the good category, but mostly bad.
You became a cool kid.
Remember that time we ate ice cream?
What do they shoot it with?
I don't. They never say. Unless it was buried in the credits somewhere, and I'd already turned it off by then.
Yeah, me too. I was ready to go to bed.
I will say on the technical aspects, a lot of this movie feels like it was underexposed.
Yeah.
Well, and they also shot it like so many of the shots are like,
yeah,
hey, what's going on?
That's a good trick for hiding your set.
Yeah, and they didn't even use the right lens for it, but also like it's really oversaturated.
In places, yeah. Some places it's okay. Like it's pretty hit or miss. Some of it's good, some of it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, but it's better. I mean, I've never made a whole movie.
Yeah, but you could.
I can forgive some of the filming stuff. It's really the writing for the scenes where they were like so close up and stuff. It almost felt like you didn't need to get that close.
Yeah.
I know Aaron, you mentioned let's hide the set, but some of them were like they showed the wide shot, but they purposefully chose this like ultra close up that was
I don't see much logic there.
Maybe just to make it jarring. Maybe they tried to make it jarring.
I mean, it's a fun like. The story behind this, we talked about they were trying to get on Netflix, but it was like these guys working at Blockbuster and like coming up with funny ideas. So, I mean, and they made a movie out of it, which is kind of cool. But
yeah,
some of this stuff was bad. I just found I wouldn't put this in the bad. I would put this in the good. Actually, was the shit in the coffee.
Yeah,
that was so stupid. It wasn't even funny.
I thought it was just. I was not expecting it.
That scene was the very definition of extraneous.
Yeah, but you know who would love that scene and who would probably love this whole movie?
Who?
Chauncey.
Chauncey
Friend. This is a Chauncey Friend movie.
He probably
it very much is.
He would have liked the the hillbilly guy with the gun.
Yeah, he loved him and he loved the sheriff. Well, your stepmom left me.
The sheriff had a
fake mustache,
Halloween costume on.
Yeah. Hats off to him.
His mustache was it was
the cheapest little mustache paste on you can find. And I salute them for going to those links.
That scene was kind of funny. That was funny with the mask.
Yeah, and the turkey just sitting there talking to him.
That I appreciated. Yes, that was very needed. Because their dialogue scenes for the most part of this movie are the downfall. And that was one dialogue scene that they got right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ugly is pretty much the whole anytime someone speaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think they probably knew that though.
The kills were good. I disagree. I don't think they knew.
No,
that.
I think they knew.
They knew they were bad.
I mean the jokes, the obvious jokes they knew were bad. I don't think.
Well, they knew they're not real actors. They're just people they found.
Or are these the Blockbuster workers?
See,
it could be the Blockbuster workers.
The same thing with Velocipaster, where you guys were very forgiving of the actors and the writing and stuff. I think they genuinely tried to make a story flow together.
It's possible, yes.
Well, whoever was the turkey was the best actor.
That was the director.
Yeah,
I think he was the lead, the brains behind the whole operation.
He should have been in it.
Well, someone should have told the brains.
Not just the turkey, but everything else. He probably has more acting chops.
Yeah.
Oh man, he really went off the rails in that sequel. It's so bad.
I'll have to watch the preview for it. Next year.
It's so like it's a great example of
actually do it for Thanksgiving. Sorry,
maybe it's a great example of
don't base me with that.
Just adding more production money to your budget will not make a better movie.
They should have had a baster like the baster full of holy water or something. Like a magical baster.
All right, you're enticing me because I asked you guys, and I don't know if you thought about it, but I'm super interested in that, especially because we did a B movie that was Christmas, and there's all these like ridiculous holiday ones. If you had to do a Thanksgiving B movie, is there any other possibility other than?
Oh yeah, I've got one.
Okay, go.
Imagine, if you will, a revisionist history horror film where it was Bigfoot that wiped out the Native Americans, and now he's back for more. That'd be fun.
I could do that.
Yeah, it's not like super imaginative, but it's not something you'd hear about every day.
How about the killer yams? Talk of the killer yams.
You let me out of the can.
And Popeye comes in.
Have you guys seen
put
that?
you out once and for all.
the SNL,
yams.
the weird Eddie Murphy one where he makes a ridiculous monster cake for the cooking show. No, I'll have to show it on screen.
Yeah.
It's a big,
Yeah.
it's ugly.
Recently.
Like, yeah.
Still not as
That's
good as Land Shark, but okay.
The Attack of the Killer Yams.
I'd watch that.
My mind went down the rabbit hole of, so I initially started going down like, what if it was this in the future type of Thanksgiving thing, or somebody goes to another planet and you redo Thanksgiving, there's a big monster. But then it was like, oh, this is just, I don't know, feels like Avatar. I was starting to think like, what if there was like, it was set, I like the idea of it being set in the 1600s, but what if it was like you picked some weird time frame like the Dust Bowl or something, and there's like a weird monster that emerges from these people that don't have anything at all, and then I don't know, so they go to another dimension or something.
Hey, what if we made Tremors again? That would work.
What if it's a like a stalker character? Maybe it's an Indian, like an old ancient Indian or Native American, and he based his victims with acid by stuffing his baster up their rectum.
Nice terminology.
Yeah, that's
And that's his signature. He kills people with his burp baster.
And he's like, bend over.
He's like, you want seconds? Did they do that in the Thanksgiving?
Who wants the wishbone?
Yes. Who's doing the dishes?
Yeah, if you're out there watching this and you need script ideas, just call us. We're amazing.
Or the killer baster.
I don't know. Did you guys mention another ugly, or would you kind of align with?
Nah, pretty much the whole thing was ugly with a few glimmers of fun.
Yeah.
As far as like just movies that people got together and made, this is one of the better ones I've seen, but that does not save it from being ugly.
Oh no, yeah, I agree with you, Aaron.
Yeah. It's a very begrudging sort of like that I have for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like against all odds, I enjoyed myself.
Me too. I think it tickled both our fancies.
Yeah.
What are you doing in your fancy right now? Anyways, but
it was nice to come back to it actually because I hadn't
is.
seen it since it was on Netflix 10 years ago, and yeah, it's just like I remember it.
Just like the 8th grade.
What did you guys think of the kind of practical stuff, the effects that were?
I thought it looked good.
It was serviceable, yeah.
Yeah, I thought like when it exploded out of his chest at the end, like that worked. It looked real.
Oh yeah, and the nerd's like, it's not even that bad. It's not even that bad.
Yeah, that went on a little too long.
Yeah,
but
a little bit.
Yeah,
just a tad.
I didn't mind the effects really at all. I thought
the 2008, that's like a feat.
I thought the tongue was a really good one.
They spared no expense.
I think the worst one was him having sex with the turkey, literally having sex with the horny friend. I thought that one was the worst, but
that was dancing on the line a little bit, wasn't it?
It was a little. It was like, you know, when they talk about.
There was a lot of gay jokes in it, like you're gay, you know, because you're queer. Oh my god,
there's a lot.
It was a different time.
Yeah,
2008.
I mean, just like Jack Frost,
ago.
there's kind of a rape scene in this one. So,
hey, why not? I mean, whatever.
Jack Frost had it.
That's true.
I know. Yeah,
that's true.
They learned from. Anything else? Anything else for this one?
If you can't entertain, shock.
But they did both. They entertained by shocking.
Yeah.
This was entertaining.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Yeah.
I laughed, actually.
Yeah, it was a net positive, I would have to say.
I think this one would have been one where, I mean, when we watched Jack Frost, we weren't the biggest fans of it watching it together.
No.
Do you guys think this one would play better if, like, you watched it in a group or not?
Well, that was the initial setting I watched it in. Yeah.
I actually liked it by myself because sometimes when we do those watch-alongs and stuff, we're not really watching the movie.
Yeah, not with great focus. No.
No, I think maybe. Yeah, I think if you watched it once, it's good. It'd be fun to watch with the group, kind of like
Yeah.
The Room.
Yeah, The Room is good with or without people.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt? We want to rate it?
Yeah, let's rate it.
All right. Can I go first?
Yeah.
All right. I will give this movie a rock solid 2 out of 10. Because it made me laugh more than once, it gets an extra point.
All right.
On the scale of bad B movies, it's one of the few I actually enjoyed. I'll give it a 3
Wow.
because it made me laugh. I like to say that this was loads better than Velocipaster for a lot of reasons, and I'll tell you one. There was sincerity in this.
Yeah, that's a word that I was looking for.
It was all forced and not good. None of the jokes were funny to me. Actually, I'd never laughed once.
I laughed once in Velocipaster, and I believe that was at the missing VFX shot with the text.
Yeah, I mean, but this stuff I actually really laughed at.
Yeah,
and I think there was more authenticity to the way, even though it wasn't the best movie, executed wise, you can tell that it had more heart and more authenticity behind it.
It had no pretension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so that's I think it's loads better.
So, and I 100% agree with you on everything you just said. I would say I don't know if I would go loads better, but it's definitely better than Velocipaster. I think, and it's for everything you just said, the sincerity behind it. Like, I mean, $3,500, just goofing around. There's stuff in it that's like kind of cringy that you would even think to put it in the movie.
You think $3,500 is a good enough amount to get Chris Farley's stunt double? It's not that easy.
It isn't. Lottie freaking Doc.
What if that was Chris Farley?
He's alive.
Yeah.
I should have done Shrek.
Are you Chris Farley? No, I'm Rick Barley. But...
I'm
that was bad.
Biscarley.
Biscarley.
Fiscarley, sorry.
Fiscarley.
Fiscarley here.
Bisquick gnarly.
Fiscarley.
With my blockbuster buds.
There you go. That's a funny irony. They worked at Blockbuster, but they got their movie on Netflix.
They ruined their own place of business.
Mm-hmm. And now they have no jobs.
They screwed ourselves.
What do you guys think they actually are doing right now? The people who made this, just
making more money.
I doubt they're doing much. They're probably doing like I don't know. A lot of the time when people do something mildly successful, they get hired on to do like grunt work at big studios. Like the Homestar Runner guys, I think they do like stuff for Nickelodeon or something, unless I'm missing my guess.
That's a shame. They should be their own thing.
Well, I mean, they still are on the side. I think they're still updating Homestar Runner now and again.
Do they don't even use YouTube, do they? They still use the webpage, right?
Yeah, but that webpage is going bye-bye at the end of this year.
Oh, really? Because it's Flash? What is it?
Yeah, it's Flash. Unless they can convert it to HTML5, it's going to go poof.
Wow. That's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
That was before YouTube.
Yep.
And they had all their episodes.
Good show.
The old days. So anyway, I give this movie a 0.
A 0? Is this the world's first 0?
Oh.
No, I gave Velocipaster a 0. I would give it a 0.
What about this? A 0.1? Can you give it a 0.1?
This is better than Velocipaster.
A 0.1?
I'm going to do my secondary scale, which I think I gave Velocipaster a 5 for how fun it is.
Mm-hmm.
This I would give splitting between a 6 and a 7. Let's say 7. Let's say 7.
I can get with that.
I can, yeah. I mean, if they took out the like stupid book reading montage or some of the other kind of just
those jokes didn't land.
Really long, like jokeless moments, then it would maybe be higher, but
it doesn't play to its strengths enough. But it's strong.
No,
it's strong as it is.
Yeah, and what would make it good, and I know the Velocipaster tried to do it, but I just did not like it. I just did not like anything about that movie. Is you have to have a character, like these characters have to have something they something behind them simple that's funny a funny want. That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like as far as these characters go, they're mostly James Cameron characters. They don't have any real three-dimensionality to them, but somehow they get on.
It's almost like they watched Cabin in the Woods and didn't understand like
yeah. Heck, I don't even like that one that much.
Yeah, me neither.
We did that. Hey, go watch our old episode of
Cabin. I might have a completely contradictory opinion that I can't remember.
I thought it was okay.
All right, next week. Have we decided what we're doing? We have, right?
You mentioned The Invisible Man.
We're definitely going to do that for the new movie. Next week, I think we'll do the old one, right?
Yes, Claude Rains.
Okay.
Right.
Or do you want to do something else?
That'd be a good palate cleanser for this one. Let's go from
So this is flashback territory, huh?
Short with this gambling now, Rick.
to The Invisible Man.
Okay, I can get with that.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for supporting Tubi.
And obviously,
Tubi,
go watch Tubi.
Tubi, baby, Tubi, Tubi, baby,
He actually knows we're getting $0 from Tubi.
Tubi.